Hey Bookies, today we are going to go over books I would recommend from my last month's TBR, so let's get started. In January, I read 16 books, and I read some pretty good books. The first one of them being Futureland by H.D. Hunter and Khadijah Kitab, who did the illustrations and stuff like that. It's kind of a mixed, well, I wouldn't say mixed media, like mixed, well, I don't know. I guess it falls into mixed media. Anyway, some of it's told in comic book form, some of it's told in a regular novelization form. It details a world in which there are more robots and stuff like that, AI, stuff like that. Kind of Westworld feels. Like, if you think Westworld, this is kind of what it is. Amusement park, all of that. There's a company that does that. Our main character, his parents have decided to put one up in the Atlanta area, and they do. It's a hit until kids start going missing, and his parents start acting weird. The electronics all start acting weird, so it's up to our main character to figure out what the heck is going on. I thought it was super good, and such a good middle grade book, especially if you have kids that are wanting the Westworld feels but not ready for the adult themes of Westworld. I also liked Take a Bow, Noah Mitchell, which is this adorable contemporary romance YA book. In it, our main character is Noah Mitchell, and it follows his life. He is kind of a loner after a incident that happened with a group of his friends. He doesn't have any IRL funds anymore, so he turns to the internet and he makes friends online with this one kid who he thinks is a kid. Hopes he's a kid. Anyways, they play this kind of World of Warcraft-like game together, and Noah has a big crush on it. When he starts to piece together that this person might be attending the same dress rehearsals for a musical that his mother is, he's determined to join the musical, figure out who his crush is in real life, and get with them. It is super adorable, a good cross between musical theater and gaming. I also really liked Friday I'm in Love by Camryn Garrett. Garrett hit it out of the park again with this book. This one, our main character is in the closet about their sexuality, and their family is below the poverty line and everything, and when they were a young kid they were promised a sweet 16 that has come and passed, and they didn't get a sweet 16 party, so instead they want to earn the money to have their own coming out party, to kind of just surprise everyone and everything. So it's about their journey, you know, coming out, and I thought it was really, really good. I also absolutely adored Cookie Monsters by Erika J. Kendrick. Oh my god. Okay, so I once was a Girl Scout, and I loved it. I loved it. It gave me all sorts of Girl Scout memories, good and not so good ones. But basically, our main character, this is the first cookie sale after her mother's unfortunate passing from cancer. And it is a middle grade one, so it's perfect for middle grade readers who are also getting into cookie sales. So our main character has made this promise to herself that to honor her mother, she's going to sell 1,000 cookie boxes this year. It's either 1,000 or 5,000, I can't remember. Anyways, so that was her goal, her self-imposed goal to try to honor her mother. And comes in this new girl who is also joining the kind of scouts-like thing that the school runs, and they are beating our main character at every chance they have. So it's this big cookie competition, and I loved it. I loved it so much. I also really liked, and this is probably going to be the only nonfiction book I read this year. I'm not really a big nonfiction reader, although I should get more into it. Anyways, it is A Mighty Long Way, which is a memoir from Carlotta Walls LaNier, and it, you know, with Lisa Frazier Paige. Carlotta was one of the Little Rock Nine, one of the first black students to attend white schools after segregation had been done away with, and integration was being explored and kind of experimented with. Carlotta details what happened right before, during, and all of the gruesome details that happened to her family, and the other 9's families, and all of that. It is in equal parts heartbreaking, but equal parts very informative and interesting, especially when you consider that this happened in the 60s. This wasn't that long ago. Your parents, your grandparents, and your parents probably were, you know, involved in this, either on the good side or the wrong side. So it's very interesting to see such historic outcomes that happened within our grandparents' time. But very, very informative book. I absolutely loved it, and it's a recommended read for me for everyone, and I think that it should be included in high school, you know, curriculum. And the last book that I'm going to talk about that I absolutely loved is Delicious Monsters by Liselle Sambury. Oh my god, this book is so good. It talked so well about intergenerational trauma, and narcissism, emotional and mental abuse and stuff like that. It did so good. I absolutely loved it. The book is a dual POV. It mainly follows our main character, Daisy, who has the ability to see ghosts. When a uncle dies and he's left her and her mom this mansion, they kind of jump at the opportunity to take it, but Daisy soon realizes that there are a lot of ghosts and there are some weird things happening around this mansion that might tie into why they got the mansion to begin with. And it also follows, I think her name's Brittany, I'm pretty sure it's Brittany. Brittany's POV, who is set 10 years later, who is making a kind of a documentary style video based on the happenings of what happened to Daisy at that mansion. It's very informative, and you start to see that Daisy and Brittany are actually not that different whatsoever in the books, in a lot of ways. Not in every way, but a lot of ways. And yeah, that is everything that I'm recommending for my last month's TBR. I had some really good reads in January, so thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!